1. Introduction. My name is Bate. I was 24 years old. I lived with my mother, Nina, in a small town. My mother was a strong woman. Many people in our town respected her. She was also very strict. Sometimes I felt she wanted to control my whole life. I had dreams of a different life for myself. I dreamed about freedom. I dreamed about finding love. I wanted to choose my own path in life. I wanted to make my own decisions. One day, my life changed. My mother told me something that surprised me very much. We were sitting in our small kitchen. The sun was shining through the window. My mother looked at me with serious eyes. She said, "Bate, you must marry a man." Her words were clear. I did not understand at first. I asked her why. She told me his name was Daniel. She said he was a rich man. She also said he was kind. My mother explained that Daniel would help our family. She said he could make our life better. When I heard her words, I felt many emotions. I felt angry. I did not want to marry for money. I wanted to marry for love. I imagined a marriage where two people chose each other. I wanted to marry a man I loved. I wanted to build a life with someone I cared for deeply. This idea of marrying a stranger for money made me feel trapped. It felt like I had no choice in my own future. My mother saw my anger. She told me that we had no other choice. She said our family needed help. She spoke about our house and our small farm. She said we had problems with money. She said Daniel could solve these problems. She believed this marriage was the only way to save our family. I understood her words, but my heart felt heavy with sadness. I did not want to give up my dream of love. I did not want to marry someone I did not know at all. I felt like a bird in a cage, longing to fly free. But my mother's words were strong, and her will seemed even stronger than my own. I did not know what to do. My future suddenly looked very different from all my dreams. I wondered if I would ever find true happiness. I wondered if I would ever find the kind of love I read about in books. This day marked the beginning of a new, unexpected path for me. I felt a deep sadness, knowing my life was about to change in a way I never wanted. The thought of a life without choice made me feel very small and helpless. 2. I meet Daniel. The day came quickly. My mother told me Daniel would visit our house. My heart felt heavy. I did not want to meet him. I imagined a man who was old and cold. I thought he would be very proud and unkind. I prepared myself for a difficult meeting, ready to show my unhappiness. Then Daniel arrived. He stood at our door, a tall figure. He was not scary or imposing. He had a gentle look on his face. His eyes were warm, holding a quiet kindness that surprised me. He smiled a soft smile when he saw me, a smile that reached his eyes. He did not look like the rich, demanding man I had imagined. He looked calm and friendly. This was not what I expected at all. He spoke to me, and his voice was soft and calm. It was not loud or bossy. He did not talk about money or business. Instead, he asked about my life. He asked if I liked living in our small town and what I enjoyed doing. I told him that I liked to read books and sometimes draw. He listened carefully, nodding sometimes. He did not rush me. He seemed truly interested in my answers. His questions were simple, and his manner was polite and respectful. He made me feel like a person, not just a future wife. This was very confusing for me. I had prepared to be angry and distant. I wanted to show him that I did not want this marriage, but his unexpected kindness made it hard. How could I be angry with someone so gentle and polite? My mind was full of the truth. My mother wanted me to marry him for money. I felt like an object in a deal, not a person choosing her own life. This truth still hurt me deeply. I wanted to feel fire inside to resist, but his warm eyes and gentle words made me feel unsure and conflicted. I looked at him, and then I looked at my mother. She stood nearby, watching us with a satisfied look. It was clear she was happy with how the meeting was going. I felt truly torn. Part of me was still very angry about the situation. I did not choose this path, it was chosen for me. But another part of me, a small and surprising part, felt a strange calm when Daniel spoke. His presence was not what I had feared. After he left, the house felt quiet. I went to my room, but I could not sleep that night. My thoughts spun around in my head. I asked myself many questions. Was Daniel a good man? Was this forced marriage a terrible end to my freedom? Or could something unexpected, something good, somehow come from this very strange beginning? I did not have any answers. I just felt a mix of anger, confusion, and a little bit of surprising hope. 3. Our wedding day. The day of the wedding came very fast. It felt like only a few days had passed since I first met Daniel. My mother had planned everything quickly. She did not ask me what I wanted or how I felt about the day. It felt like I was not a real person, but an object in a big business deal. I wore a beautiful white dress, but my heart felt heavy and sad. I held a small bunch of white flowers, but my hands shook a little. This was not the happy wedding I had dreamed of since I was a small girl. I walked slowly to where Daniel stood. He looked at me with kind eyes, just as they were when we first met. But I did not feel happy. I felt very weak and unsure about everything. Many people were there, watching us closely. It felt like a show, not a special day for love. I heard the words the priest said, but they did not feel real to me. My mind was far away, thinking about my lost freedom. I felt like a bird in a small cage, even in my beautiful white dress. Then it was time to say the important words, "I do." My voice was very quiet, almost a whisper. Daniel's voice was soft, but it was clear and steady. We put rings on each other's fingers. The people in the room clapped loudly. My mother smiled a big, proud smile. She looked like she had won a very important battle, but I did not feel like a winner. I felt lost and alone. I wondered what my life would be like now. Would I always feel trapped? Later that night, after everyone had left our new house, I was alone in a big, quiet room. I felt very tired and a little afraid. Daniel came into the room. I expected him to be different now that we were married. Maybe he would be cold, or maybe he would not care about my feelings at all. But he surprised me very much. He sat down quietly on a chair. He looked at me with his warm, gentle eyes and waited. He spoke to me. His voice was calm and kind. "Bate," he said, "I know this marriage was not your choice. I understand that you did not want this from your heart." His words were very honest and true. "I promise you this," he continued softly. "I will always be patient with you. I will always respect you and your feelings. I will never hurt you. I want to know you, the real you, in time." His words were like a soft, warm rain. They brought a small, new feeling of hope to my heavy heart. I looked at him, surprised. Maybe this was not the end of everything good. Maybe, just maybe, it was the start of something new, even if it began with duty and not with love. 4. He is very kind. We started our life together in Daniel's house. It was a new place for me. Every day, Daniel was very kind. He always spoke softly. He never raised his voice. He made sure I felt comfortable. He asked me about my day and if I needed anything. This was different from what I expected. I thought he would try to control me, but he was not like that. Days passed, and I began to understand Daniel more. He worked hard during the day. He often went to his office early. But when he came home, he always made time for me. He would sit with me in the living room. We talked about simple things. He asked about my dreams. He wanted to know what I liked to do. He asked me about the books I read. He remembered what I told him. He was a very good listener. I had a love for painting. It was a hobby from when I was a young girl. I did not paint much now. Daniel asked me about my art. He asked what I liked to paint. He never forced me to do anything. He just listened with interest. His attention made me feel important. It made me feel like a person, not just a wife for money. Slowly, I started to feel safe with him. This feeling was new. Before, I felt trapped and angry about my marriage. I remembered my anger at my mother, but Daniel's kindness was strong. It touched my heart. When I looked at him, my feelings began to change. I still remembered why I was here, but Daniel was truly kind. One evening, Daniel came to me with a small box. It was a gift. I opened it carefully. Inside were new brushes and many bright colors for painting. My old brushes were worn. My colors were almost gone. This gift was a big surprise. He said, "Bate, you should never stop your dream. You love painting. Please continue." I looked at the paints, then at Daniel. Tears came to my eyes. It was not a sad feeling. It was a good feeling. He saw my dream. He cared about it. He was truly very kind. My heart, which was closed, started to open. I began to think that maybe this life could be good with him. This was a new thought for me. 5, a difficult choice. My mother, Nina, was not happy. She saw I was growing close to Daniel. She visited our house often. Her words were always the same. "Bate," she would say, "remember why you married him. Do not forget the money. He must help our family." Her words hurt me. They felt cold. Daniel was kind every day. He listened to my dreams. He gave me paints. He made me feel safe, but my mother's voice was strong. She reminded me of my duty. I felt pulled in 2 directions. One way was my mother's path towards duty. The other way was Daniel's path towards kindness. It was a very difficult choice. I understood my mother's reason. She raised me. She was strong. She wanted to help our family. She believed this marriage was the only way, but my heart felt different. It was not just about money. My feelings for Daniel were real. Daniel showed me respect. He did not ask for anything. He just wanted me to be happy. He made me feel like a person. My feelings for him grew stronger. I started to care for him. This was new. It was not part of the original plan. My mother's words confused me. "Do not forget what he must give us," she said. It sounded like Daniel was only money, but he was much more. He was a good man. He was my husband. I knew he cared for me. I wanted to tell my mother. I wanted to say, "I am not just money, Mother. I am a woman. I want to choose my own love." But I was afraid. My mother was very strong. I did not know how she would react. I did not want to make her angry. I spent many hours thinking. My life felt like a cage. I knew I had to make a choice. Would I listen to my mother and my duty, or would I listen to my heart and my new feelings for Daniel? It was a very hard decision. The weight of this choice was heavy on me. I felt trapped between my duty to my mother and my new feelings for my husband. My mind told me one thing, but my heart told me another. I had to choose. 6. I talked to my mother. One day, I felt a new strength inside me. It was time to talk to my mother, Nina. I knew it would be a difficult talk, but I had to do it. My heart was full of new feelings, and I could not keep them secret anymore. I walked to her house, feeling both nervous and determined. The air felt heavy with unspoken words. "Mother," I began, my voice a little shaky at first. "I need to speak to you about Daniel and our marriage. It is very important." She looked at me, her face serious as always. She waited for me to continue, her eyes fixed on mine. "You told me I must marry Daniel for money," I said. "You said it was for our family's future, and I did it. But since then, something big has changed in my life." I took a deep breath, gathering my courage. "Daniel is not just a rich man, Mother. He is kind and gentle. He shows me real care and respect every single day. He listens to me when I speak. He supports my dreams like my painting. He even gave me new paints and brushes. He makes me feel safe, truly safe and happy. My mother's eyes did not change for a moment. She just watched me, listening to every word. I do not want this marriage to be only about money anymore, I continued, my voice growing stronger with each sentence. I want it to be about love. I am starting to feel love for Daniel. I want a real marriage, a marriage of two people who choose to be together because they care for each other, not just a business deal you made. The room became very quiet. Nina did not say anything for a long time. I watched her face carefully. Her strong expression slowly softened, like ice melting. She looked at me, and this time I saw sadness in her eyes. It was not anger, but a deep, quiet sadness. Finally, she spoke. Her voice was soft, almost a whisper, completely different from her usual strong tone. "Bate," she said, "I thought I was doing the right thing for you and for our family. I thought I was helping you by making this choice. I truly believed it was the only way for us to be safe." She paused, her eyes still on mine, full of emotion. "I was wrong," she admitted clearly. "I was wrong about what you needed. I was wrong to think money was the most important thing. I did not see the good man Daniel is. I did not see your happiness growing with him." Then, something truly surprising happened. She reached out to me. For the first time, she hugged me, not like a child she needed to control, but like a woman she respected and understood. It was a long hug, full of unspoken apologies and new understanding. I felt her arms around me, and a heavy weight lifted from my heart. This hug felt different. It felt like peace. It felt like she saw me, not just her daughter, but Bate, the woman I was becoming. It was a moment I would never forget. 7. Love starts to grow. After that day, my life changed completely. The air in our home felt different. It was lighter and full of hope. My relationship with Daniel started to grow in a beautiful way. We spent more time together, not just as husband and wife by name, but as two people truly getting to know each other. Every day, new understanding formed between us. We often went for long walks in the fields near our house. The sun felt warm on our faces as we walked side by side. We talked about everything. I told him about my childhood dreams and my wish for freedom. He shared stories about his work and his hopes for the future. We laughed a lot. His laughter was deep and kind. It made me feel safe and loved. My heart, which had been closed, began to open like a flower in the spring. I felt a new kind of happiness, a deep calm I had never known before. Daniel continued to be very supportive of my painting. He often asked what I was working on and showed real interest. One afternoon, I decided to pick up my brushes again. The colors felt good in my hand, and the canvas felt like an old friend. I painted a picture of the fields we walked in, full of bright, colorful flowers. When it was finished, Daniel saw it. His eyes lit up with joy and pride. He carefully found a special place on the wall in our living room and hung it there. He told everyone who visited, "My wife is an artist. She made this beautiful painting." His pride in me made me feel strong, seen, and truly valued. It made me want to paint even more. My mother, Nina, started to visit us more often. At first, she would just sit quietly and watch us. She saw how Daniel looked at me, full of care and respect. She saw how I smiled and laughed with him, how comfortable we were together. She saw the paintings on the wall and heard Daniel speak about my art with such admiration. Slowly, her face began to change. The worry lines seemed to soften, replaced by a gentle expression. She saw the real happiness that was growing between Daniel and me. She started to understand that this marriage, which began for money, was now about something much deeper. She saw that love was truly starting to grow, and her daughter was happy. It was a new chapter for all of us, full of peace and new understanding. 8. My new beginning. 2 years went by very quickly. My life with Daniel was full of peace and joy. I was not the same girl I was before. The girl who felt sad and trapped was gone. Now I felt truly free. I felt deeply loved and understood. My marriage with Daniel was strong and beautiful. It was full of true love and deep understanding. We talked about everything, sharing our thoughts openly. We laughed a lot together, filling our home with warmth. Daniel was still gentle and kind. I felt safe with him every day, knowing he would always protect me. We woke up each morning and shared breakfast. We cooked food together in our kitchen, making simple meals. We walked in the garden, holding hands, talking about our day and our dreams. He always asked about my paintings, showing real interest. He still put my new pictures on the walls of our home. He was proud of me and my art, and I was proud to be his wife. He respected my thoughts and my feelings, always listening carefully. I knew that I had found a true partner, someone who listened and truly cared for me. My mother, Nina, visited us often. She saw our happiness with her own eyes. Her face was soft now, not strict like before. She would smile a real, warm smile when she saw us together. She often told me, "Bate, I am so happy for you. This is what you truly deserve." She did not talk about money anymore. She saw the deep love between Daniel and me. She saw how Daniel treated me with kindness and respect. She understood that I had found a true partner, not just a rich husband. She even started to share stories and laugh with Daniel. It was a beautiful change to see her at peace, knowing I was truly happy. I often thought about the beginning of my story. It was a very difficult time, full of sadness and uncertainty. I felt like my mother had sold me, and my heart was full of anger and fear. but life is full of amazing surprises. From that hard start, something truly beautiful grew, like a miracle. It was like a small seed planted in a difficult place, growing into a big, strong tree with green leaves and bright flowers. My marriage was not about duty anymore. It was about deep love and true friendship, a bond that grew stronger every day. It showed me that even from a sad beginning, a very happy ending can come. My heart was full of peace and joy now. I had learned a very important lesson. Sometimes, the most wonderful things can begin in unexpected and painful ways. This was my new beginning, a life built with love, respect, and happiness. It was my own story, finally.